Good evening, everyone, and welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, the one and only, the often imitated, never duplicated backyard superstar, Tim Vicious. Before I go, gonna be talking about the Chamber pay-per-view itself. But before I do, when I say there's been a lot going on in the world of wrestling past week since I did last week's. Obviously one of the big things was the passing of Midian, King Mabel, Vasari, however you want to call him. I knew him as a hell of an athlete, an amazing wrestler, and the only man to legitimately win the title, as in a championship title, King of the Ring. You don't believe me? Look it up. Also, big thing, Ring of Honor announced at HonorCon last weekend that they're teaming up with New Japan Pro, and oh my fucking god. If you are a wrestling fan and did not get excited over this news, I really want you to reconsider your wrestling fan status. Because that's like having, it's like having your two favorite teams team up and work together to play against your two least favorite teams right there. Also, the pay-per-view itself, I don't know about everyone else. I don't see why everyone's bitching and whining. I thought the pay-per-view was good. All the matches, the Chamber pay-per-view, really good. All the matches were actually pay-per-view quality except one, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows what one that is. But I'll get into that one when that time comes. Talking about the pre-show first and foremost, Cody Dust versus Rybaxel, and I did check. If your Rybaxel does last for more than 3 hours, you really do need to see a physician. And also, aside from now, the match itself, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I was pretty impressed. Big thing that got me more than anything was they brought Larry the Axe Hennig out. And y'all know me, I huge history buff. Anything and everything history, I go and try and learn. Especially with this great sport. And Larry the Axe Hennig, he's got one of the best histories out there. He's got some of the best history in wrestling, period, But aside from that, big thing that kind of made me scratch my head a little was the fact that they brought Larry the Axe out, but they didn't wind up using him for nothing. I don't know. I don't know if they just brought him out just for the sake of saying, oh, hey, yeah, we brought Larry Hennig out to come and walk down with his grandson. Yeah, whatever. Minnesota, they gave a really nice welcome home pop to Curtis Axel, State's golden boy. And I don't know about anyone else, but I heard a nice huge pop from the crowd when Axel wound up gearing up to go and do a perfect plex. But, anyways, Cody Dust wound up getting the win in that match. It was good. It was good. I really was impressed with it. So on with the actual pay-per-view itself, it was Intercontinental match for the starter. Didn't exactly think that was going to be the starting match, but hey. Big E versus Swagger. Amazing match. It was very beautiful. Both guys are great mat wrestlers. Both got good amateur wrestling backgrounds. Obviously, everyone knows with Swagger because they bring it up on commentary all the time. Most wins in an NCAA season, or NCAA season, or most pinfalls, I should say. In one season, all that kind of happy honky-dory horse shit. Big E, obviously, but a big thing that always impresses me about Langston is, for a guy his size, he moves around for somebody that's like maybe 20 or 30 pounds lighter. And that impresses the hell out of me. more than anything. You know, I'm not expecting him to fly around like Mike Awesome did and do like suicide dives or hood and karanas or anything like that, but just the way he moves around is what's impressed me. You know, the match was actually really good, really solid. Couple near hits here and there, but all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, Langston, he came out with the win. He wound up getting swagger. Got the 1-2-3, got the win. And yeah, that was that. Next matchup they wind up having, it was the tag team match. That was what I actually expected was going to be the opening match. The Outlaws versus the Usos. Not going to lie, I really didn't walk in there with that much high intentions because really don't care. I could really care less about either team. I've gone on and on about it a million times before on why I don't like the Usos. I've said it in the past couple ones on why I don't like the Outlaws. But in this one, I'm going to sound a little different. I may be breaking character on this, but I thought that the Usos should have come out of that as champions because you need some new blood. Need some new blood, you know, kick open the doors, get some fresh air in. Yeah, that sort of thing. The match was nice. I mean, the Usos did their normal spots. The super kicks with the sounds, the suicide dives, this and that sort of shit. The Outlaws, same thing. In the end, they wound up winning. They got a roll-up. I think it was Billy Gunn that got the roll-up. I don't remember 100%. If I'm wrong, tell me on down below. But either way, the Outlaws got the win. They got the 1-2-3, and now the big thing that they're saying is age and treachery will get you every time. Nah. Next matchup, it was Darren Young versus Titus O'Neil. This I would have actually expected to have seen on a Raw or SmackDown, not pay-per-view, but it was a very good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good match to help put both guys on the radar. You know, this was by far, I think, like the underdog match of the night. Everyone was like, whatever. And then saw it and was like, okay, yeah, I'm impressed now. I mean, first thing I was actually really happy with was seeing Darren come out with the No Hate hoodie. You know, I mean, that's just me, but then Titus O'Neil came out. Good, solid, really good match. Really liked on how both guys handled each other in the ring. You know, not that many near pins and such in it, but it was just a beautiful match, nice, hard-hitting. I liked it. Titus O'Neil walked away with the win. You know, I was happy on that just because Titus, I definitely see moving up in the roster and earning a title sometime soon. Whether it's Intercontinental, US, Tag, whatever, he's definitely going to win it. He's probably one of the top 5 guys that aren't being utilized properly. Anyways, next match now, and what a fucking match it was. Shield versus Wyatts. I don't know who set up the card. Obviously somebody did to put it in the middle of the show. I have no fucking clue why. This should have been the match before. This should have been the first main event of the night. The match before the chamber match itself. But hey, that's me. You know, what do I think? You know, just having the 2 biggest hyped matches for the pay-per-view should go back to back. You know. Anyways, before the match even got started, there was a huge stare down and got the "This is awesome" chants, which I always talk shit on the crowds for doing whatever, you know, especially with the fucking CM Punk chants, and I've gone on about that. Or the "you can't wrestle" or "you still got it." But this one time, I will give you guys credit where credit's due. That was well called for. that This Is Awesome chance was extremely well needed, because just the tension, the stare down between the Shield and the Wyatts, it was amazing. It's the best comparison I can think of is that time when you had Tyson and Austin in the ring at the same time. Anyways, on with the match now. The match, it was just so beautiful. Definitely up there for match of the year for 2014. And that was hands down match of the night for the pay-per-view itself. You know, all of these guys got so much talent. Everyone on the Shield and everyone on the Wyatt has so much talent and potential. I really hope this isn't just a one-time fluke where we see it and then boom, that's it, it's done. You know, it should really help have them lead on to greater matches on down the road, and, you know, great stories down the road. It's one big thing that impressed me, and I know everyone thought the same thing, was Seth Rollins is a fucking ninja. Because, you know, getting ready to go and get slammed from the top rope, rolls around, lands on his feet, tosses Harper out, gets a running start, does a suicide dive onto Harper to the outside, lands on his fucking feet while doing it. You know, I challenge anyone to try and find something in WWE, currently in WWE, that can pull off something half as intense or high octane as that. That was fucking phenomenal. Ambrose went in there all full-blown batshit crazy, Joker from Dark Knight mode, like, let's put a smile on that face, kind. Roman, he went in there just flat out, going in there like Superman, tearing shit up. You know, big thing that got me and everyone else that night was when obviously it was a tag match, but eventually all hell broke loose. Always does in tag matches. But Bray was fighting Dean. Bray tossed Dean over the barricade into the crowds, and that was the last we seen of Ambrose until the night after on Raw. And they never explained on where he was. All he said to the Shield on Monday was, guys, I already told you, I don't need to explain it to you anymore. You know, and then right after that you had cool for a second. See, like I said before, I wind up talking quicker than I'm thinking sometimes. I can't help it, it's just me, my brain's wired weird. Anyways, Seth wound up getting powerbombed through the Spanish table, and that was just phenomenal there, because everyone just looked, they were like, oh god, no, my god! It just, you know, it was, Harper picked him up and Bray spiked him with it, and then Rowan, Harper, and Bray just circled the ring with Roman in there, and he just looked, he was like, oh shit. And he never once, I gotta give him this, he never once broke character with that intense face he had. You know, with that, instead of having a, oh shit, kind of look on him, he just had that, like, okay, you know what? Motherfuckers, I know I'm going down, but I'm going down swinging. And he fought them as best as he could. He fought them all off as best as he could. Wound up hitting a Superman punch on, I think it was Harper or Rowan, one of them. And then Bray came up right out of nowhere, wham, hit him with the Sister Abigail. Wyatt's got the 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I couldn't even predict on who was going to win that match, because both teams went in there so strong and with so much momentum. That was just phenomenal. Like I said, definitely up there for contender for match of the year. If that's not even nominated for Match of the Year for WWE, I don't know what the fuck will. You know? And, oh wow. Next matchup, it's, my opinion, the only blemish on the pay-per-view, and an ST Divas match that they announced that very morning. Seriously, I wound up getting like a message on like my Twitter or a text message from them or something saying that AJ's gonna have an impromptu matchup and title match, and so she comes out saying, "I'm the longest reigning champion. There's nobody that's really my caliber. So go ahead, bring out whoever you want. I'll defend against them." And they brought out the other one that's supposed to be the cheerleader, Cameron. Ugh. I did not like this match. I didn't enjoy it one bit. Actually, I'm lying. There was only one part in that I liked, and that was when AJ grabbed the pom-poms and did that little dance thing she did, because I tell you, Phil Brooks is a hell of a lucky man getting to hit that ass. Anyways, match wound up ending. Cameron got a DQ because Big Mama Cool Snuka wound up decking her and did a DQ, so AJ's still the champion. Next matchup, it was Batista versus Del Rio. But first thing I noticed right off bat, they had Del Rio come out with his old heel music, which I thought was pretty cool, you know? I don't know. Just hearing that, like, oh hey, he's not doing the babyface music now. Just a random thing I noticed. And then Batista came out, and man, I haven't seen a crowd this against somebody in God knows how long. I mean, how fucked up is it when the heel, who is supposed to be getting heat for picking on the brand new babyface that's coming back, is more over than the babyface that has come back? You know? I mean, anyways, the match itself, it was on par. It was a good pay-per-view match. You know, I mean, it's not like it was something that you would expect on Raw or SmackDown, but it was a good match. It was a good match. I liked it. Big thing I noticed was Batista wound up looking like he ran out of gas a good halfway through the match. And all I could think right there is, seriously? Did anyone bother to get him back in ring shape? I mean, I know he's obviously in physical shape is one thing, but ring shape, I mean, come on, man. Did nobody send him to developmental first for a couple months to get ready? I mean, that's just me. Anyways, obvious who won here, Batista. You know, you're not going to have the returning guy, you're not going to have the returning part-timer lose on his very first match. You know, everyone knew on how that match was going to go down. Next up, it was the Elimination Chamber match. You know, I loved this match. Sheamus, Christian, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, John Cena, Cesaro. You know, they all came out, did their thing. Sheamus and Cesaro wound up starting it out. That was pretty good. It was like watching two nice big guys starting it out, and then they brought in Bryan, I think, and then Christian, and then Cena, and then Orton. I know Orton was last. I know Cena and Orton were the last two, but I don't remember the order after that. But the chamber match itself, it was good. I don't remember the order in the eliminations. I know Christian eliminated Sheamus. I don't remember who eliminated Cesaro, and well, don't remember who eliminated Cesaro, but the two big eliminations that everyone freaked out over, and by everyone I mean between the crowd at the show and the crowd that was actually at the place I was watching it, were Cena's and Bryan's. Yes, Randy won. You know, hopefully the voices in his head will tell him to actually start wearing pants when he goes and cuts promos if he doesn't have a match that night. But, you know, it was just an amazing, beautiful match in and of itself. One thing I absolutely loved from the crowd that match was right when Randy was set to come out, he came out, started doing a little methodical signature move, stomping on different body parts for everyone. And then everyone all stood up and then just eyeballed him like, yeah, we're all going to beat the living shit out of you. And Randy tucked tail, ran and hid back in his pod and closed it shut. Everyone went back to beating each other up except Sheamus. He wound up just looking like he was trying to get in. Crowd wound up doing a pussy chant at him. Pussy, pussy, pussy. I fucking loved it. I popped to that. Because all I could think was an ECW crowd would have done that. You know? But that part, next thing you know, Sheamus just walked away from it. Wham, hit it with a kick. Broke down the bulletproof glass. Why don't you just call it plexiglass? Because really, I mean, just bulletproof, you say. But is it boot proof? Think about that. Yeah. Anyways, the big eliminations, everyone went nuts over. Cena and Bryan's. Everyone went nuts over Cena because just as Cena was about to have Randy tap, boom, the lights went off, and then cue the Wyatts. In which case, Lawler, really? Why did you have to ask how the hell? Excuse me. Why did you have to ask how the hell did they get in? Because seriously, pretty fucking obvious how they did. Through the front door! They're not going to be stupid and have a trapdoor under the ring like they did with Ultimate Warrior. You know, last time they did that, a guy wound up breaking his leg. Yep, but aside from that, the next one was Bryan, and on how that one came to be, Kane came down to tell the Wyatts to leave after they cost Cena his spot to get the elimination, and then Cena wound up getting eliminated. So Kane came down yelling at them, "Go now, now, now!" Next thing you know, he's standing there. Bryan comes over, decks him, and then starts going at it on Randy. And them two start going at it back and forth. And just as Bryan's about to get the win, Kane grabs him, choke slams him, and then Orton, he starts coming back, starts beating him up some more, hits an RKO, and then he gets the 1, 2, 3. Orton walks out with the champ. Like I said, I didn't expect Bryan to walk out. That's why I thought the match was good. Everyone else I talked to, though, was all, "Oh man, Bryan should have won, Bryan should have won." Yeah, I know. I would have liked it if he'd have won too. But like I said last week, they're not gonna yet, because now with this whole yes movement thing they're doing, it's obvious they're building him to be like a fucking underdog and to start like a revolution. You know? I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, you know, another good example, and I brought this up last week. Remember when Steve Austin won King of the Ring in '96? Everyone wanted to see him go for the title right then and there. They didn't. You know why? Because that was smart for business. They know that they're making money off of Bryan. They're not going to push him into that title just yet. They're going to move him eventually. It's obvious. Because if they don't, all they're going to do is have a whole bunch of people walking away from WWE altogether. And I'm not talking about the guys. I'm not talking about the boys in the back. I'm talking about fans. You know? But it's obvious. They're going to draw money. They're going to squeeze Bryan out. They're going to milk Bryan for every last nickel and dime they can off of this yes movement, no movement, maybe movement, or whatever. Whatever they want to put on there. You know? It's obvious they're going to do that. But they will wind up pushing it on them eventually. It's just the big thing, and this is hard to explain to people because half of the people that, or not half, but a small portion of the people that watch this are either marks, or don't bother to comprehend it. You need some fucking patience. It's not like they're gonna bring some guy up, boom, make him a main eventer right off bat. It's not 1986 anymore, people. Get your heads out of your ass. They gotta earn the spot now. Anyways, that's all the time for this week. So, like all normal, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch all the other episodes. Look for me on Twitter at Tim Vicious. Look for my backup, Tim_Vicious. I get put in Twitter jail every now and again. Also, make sure y'all check out all of these cool-ass cats right here on Twitter. My brother from another mother, James Belmont, JX2001. That Roxy Girl _ it's V bitch. Roxy and Vicky both got their own YouTube channels. Make sure y'all check them out. I am Danny Sunday, Mucky Morris, Helen Robson 82, Axel Mulligan, the Sunday Sage. Kenny, love this week's podcast. Can't wait until I can get a chance to get back on. Sinfully Sabrina, Cranky Asshole, Legion Lady Aaron, Oliver Ben, Just a Stupid Mark. Make sure y'all check out Ollie Ben's and Masked Mark's TNA Turnaround. Always a great show. Always love being on there. Ollie, anytime you ever want me on, just give me a holler. I'll do what I can. Alright, and like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yous.